Hardware stores in the Rio Grande Valley are preparing for a surge of customers as Hurricane Beryl inches closer to the Gulf. Isaac Smith of Matt's Building in Farr says keeping water out is key.
We've already started prepping during the storm season. We prep up for the sandbags and tarps and ply locks and plywood, and we have a good amount of stock. So on hand, it's ample for right now. But if a storm comes through, we're definitely going to take a hit.
Meanwhile, Beryl is bearing down on Jamaica, lashing the island nation with heavy rain and powerful winds. Jamaica's prime minister has imposed a curfew and declared the entire island a disaster area for the next 7 days. Beryl already left a trail of destruction across the Caribbean, wiping out most homes on Union Island in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Beryl is expected to take aim at the Cayman Islands next before reaching Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula.
Yeah, and a couple of adjustments on the forecast moving forward, from the Yucatan into the southern Gulf of Mexico. Going to show you the new computer model ensemble. I like looking at all those models at once because then you get an idea.
Figure out, yeah, there's a lot going on out there.
Yeah, because there's still a realm of possibilities. We're expecting this high to move east, but what if it doesn't move as far east as we're expecting, or it moves farther east than we expect? That all has to play into the steering currents of this storm. And remember, it's Mother Nature's largest storm, the hurricane. First, San Antonio and tomorrow's 4th of July forecast. If you're going to be experiencing the fireworks show or putting on one of your own in an unincorporated area of Bexar County, mind you, okay? Even though no one follows that rule. Literally no one. Come on. Temperature-wise, we're going to be hot. We're going to stay in the mid-90s through 8 p.m., 93 at 9 p.m. once we get dark. And keep in mind the skies will be clear. Sometimes it's a little better with cloud cover because you get a little bit more of a white canvas for the colors. 96 right now at San Antonio, Randolph, Timberwood Park. New Braunfels a little hotter at 98. Same at Hondo. Banderas at 97. 102 at Del Rio. What does it feel like? Well, 102 in San Antonio. 106 New Braunfels. 107 San Marcos and Gonzales. So some big time heat indices out there as we go 107 plus to the south. All right, let's get to Beryl. Moving at 20 miles per hour. Showed you off the top of the show that the eye is just kind of skimming across the southern coast of Jamaica. So this is a lot better for Jamaica than it could have been. This is not a direct hit. With the eye staying out over open water, the storm is still a pretty strong Category 4 with sustained winds at 140. We're expecting this storm to do minimal strengthening as it starts to approach the Cayman Islands as we get into tomorrow. Now, that ensemble forecast, you can see that the consensus is pretty much south of Cancun on a Yucatan Peninsula landfall, and then by Friday night emerging back out over open water. Now, we do expect some strengthening. Remember, the Gulf of Mexico, very deep, very warm, so we get it back up to Category 1 hurricane status. Because coming off the Yucatan, it's going to get teared apart and probably going to be a tropical storm. But now there's still a model or two taking it north towards Corpus Christi. But notice that the consensus is really northern Mexico, and that's why the official forecast keeps it south of South Padre once we get into Sunday and Monday. So we're still looking at the biggest impact as a Cat 1 making landfall Sunday afternoon and heading up towards the valley, the Rio Grande Valley, as a tropical storm once we're probably into about Sunday night, early Monday. So no big changes on the forecast for the coast. If you're heading down to celebrate the 4th at Port A, Rockport, Copano Bay or Corpus Christi, the rain chance holds off till Sunday. It improves on Monday. Ken's 5's exclusive 14-day forecast. Rain chances will begin over the weekend, 20 to 30%. These won't be big-time tropical rains. That's holding off till Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm still looking at Thursday as a pretty wet day. Only 91 the high there. We're expecting some 80s on Monday and Tuesday as a result, and maybe a lingering shower into the mid-July weekend. That's the 13th and 14th of July on Saturday and Sunday. But again, we're looking pretty good as we move into the 4th of July with most of this much-needed rain holding off till the beginning of next week.